Hello, everyone. Good afternoon to you, and welcome to another video tutorial on the XAUUSD. Well, the XAUUSD is going to be one of the pairs that I will be including into my watch list for this week. And I would like to share with you what my expectations are. So stay tuned in so that you don't miss out on any of these ideas that I will be dishing out during the course of this video. And it's important I state here that this is going to be a follow-up video to my previous analysis on this pair. And during the course of last week's trading session, we were able to scoop over 3 to 4,000 pips on the XAUUSD after we identified a simple structure around the 1,810 level and the 1,808 area during the early hours of last week, where we were expecting either a breakout or a breakdown of that structure to join whatever direction the market is signaling for us. And in fact, we had a breakdown of the 1,808 level, as you can see here, and we took over 2000 pips thereabout on that one. Then we also had an opportunity at the breakdown of the 1795, where we also added another position to our existing trade, and this went significantly well in our favor. So for those who would like to see how we took advantage of this move, I will be sharing the link to that analysis right in the comment section of this video. And this also includes the daily commentaries on how we took advantage of the trade and how we added more position to our existing trade. So check in the comment section to see what last week went, how last week went for us. So with that being said, let's dive into the current structure, and we shall be looking at the chart here from a technical standpoint to see what we shall be looking out for going into the new week. Now, the first thing we observe here on the daily time frame is the fact that price has been on a long-term bearish momentum here, and we had the bearish trend line figured out. And in addition to the bearish trend line is this very important key level at the $1,800 level. And if we look at how this level has been guiding price action since the beginning of the year, you can see that it has been a major determinant of price action. So during the first couple of months, during the early months of this year, we saw how that level was serving as a buying niche for participants in this market. Then, if we fast forward into the month of May, we saw how that same level was also serving as a catalyst for buying power before we finally witnessed the breakdown of the $1,800 level during the month of July here. And since price broke down the 1,800 level in the month of July, we have been witnessing selling pressure right below that structure to further emphasize the strength of the sellers at this particular point in time. Now, if we zoom into the current structure here, that is what has been happening here in the last couple of weeks now. We saw the price is back into the $1,800 level after breaking out of that very important bearish trend line, which has been guiding certain pressure since the beginning of the year. So we saw the breakout of that structure, and then price is back within the very important key level I was able to share with you earlier. That is the $1,800 level. And if we look at the structure here and how participants in this market has been relating to the structure since the later half of this year, we saw that anytime price comes within this level, we have been witnessing selling pressure from that area. So as a result of this, I was able to identify that area as a supply zone with the hopes that price might likely respect that structure again to incite another wave of bearish momentum. So it's important we really understand what is going on here. So you will agree with me that we are at a very critical point in this market where there is a tendency that price might break out of that structure to signal a bullish momentum. And at the same time, we could be having a situation where reversal patterns on our lower time frame could incite a bearish wave during this week. Before I go into the details of what my expectation is going to be like around the structure here, it's important I share with you what I was able to pull out from the economic calendar. So there are a series of macroeconomic events that we shall be looking forward to for this week that will be affecting the US dollar. And if we look at what is going to be happening on Tuesday, we have the consumer price index which is very, very strong macroeconomic event. And it looks as there is a positivity in the air for the US dollar as the consensus here I expecting something a little slightly higher than the previous suggestion. For instance, look at this 0.3 point 0.3, and the consensus are hoping that are suggesting or projecting that a 0.6% could be what we'll be looking forward to. So let's see how this is going to play out during the course of the week. Then on Wednesday, we have a very important key event too as well. That's the Fed interest rate decision, the monetary policy statement, the economic projection, and the FOMC press conference. Also, these are very, very high impact event. Also, then on Thursday we have the retail sales also coming up on that day. So as you can see, participants in this market will definitely be looking forward to this event to uh, determine what next line of action is going to be like on the gold. So we shall be seeing the anticipation of this event reflected on the chart as price action. And what we are going to be looking at on the back to the daily time frame right now is to see how participants in this market will be relating to the current structure around the $1,800 level during the early hours of the week to decipher where price might be going. So during the early hours of the week, if we start seeing selling pressure right below the $1,800 level, we might be looking forward to another opportunity to join a decline to the downside. And if a breakout of the $1,800 level happens, a retest of structure might likely signal a bullish momentum to the upside. So for the bearish momentum here, if it happens, well, I want to be looking at somewhere between the $1,720 level and the $1,655 area for my take profit target. And this as a result of um, the retracement of the previous impulse leg here. So I was able to aim at an area between the 50 and the 78.6% of that level. So let's see if selling pressure will come in during the early hours of this week. And if a breakout of the 1,800 level happens, then we might be looking at a take profit target between the $1,860 level and the $1,830 area. So before I close this video, I would like to share with you what I was able to identify on a much lower time frame around the structure. So let's see activities in the last couple of weeks, and let's use whatever structure we have there to um, project a plan for this week. So scaling down to the 4 hours time frame here, let's quickly do a review of what we have on the 4 hours time frame. So right here on the 4 hours time frame, I was able to identify a couple of structures that we shall be using as our yardstick for trading activities for this week. So the first thing you will observe here on the 4 hours time frame is that we have been witnessing a bullish momentum since the later part of the month of September. And as a result of this, I had this trend line figured out. So we had a low here, though we had a breakdown of the structure, which evolved into a reversal pattern here, which led to a final breakout of the $1,680 level. And since then, price has continued to find higher highs and higher lows. Now, it's interesting that as soon as price got into the $1,800 level, we have been witnessing sudden pressure from that level to emphasize the strength of the sellers at this particular point in time. So at this point in time, we need to be very, very careful. So what I did here is to identify the fact that price has been within the channel. So we have the resistant level of the channel at the $1,810 level. And then we have the support level of the channel at the 1,770. Now, since the later part of the month of November, we had this bullish trend line. So I connected the higher lows here. So I have a temporary bullish trend line here that will also be serving as a yardstick for trading activities for this week. So, like I said on the daily time frame, if we start seeing selling pressure below the structure here, I want to be selling. And if a further breakdown of the bullish trend line happens here, a level which also shares a confluence with the $1,770 area, then I want to be getting ready for additional position to my existing trade at the retest of structure. And if price continue to go to the downside, breaking down the bullish trend line, it will also incite another opportunity to add more position to our existing trade. So that is my view here on the selling perspective on the XAUUSD. Then the other perspective that we'll be looking forward to is if price breaks out of the $1,810 level in such a way that price takes out all the sell position here, gathering a liquidity to push price to the upside. Then I want to be looking at buying pressure right above the structure to give me an opportunity to join the rally to the upside. So at this point in time, I will be pausing the video here, and be rest assured that I will be jumping in the comment section of this video during the early hours of the new week to give you an update of what my expectations are after monitoring how participants in this market will be relating to the current structure just exactly around the $1,800 level. I hope this video has been of immense help in making your own personal decision on the XAUUSD for this week. And if it did, kindly support this project by clicking the like button. Don't forget to follow me on my TradingView platform at Darkcherry, spelled DARCSHERRY, so that you don't miss out on the regular updates I normally share on all of my videos. Thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you right here in the comment section as we get prepared for the new week. Do have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.